You made it happen.
At this age, I've come to expect this from myself.
Nice.
How are you? What are you doing?
I'm good. I'm in the middle of two legs of a tour. The first was the long leg. Played 10 shows around the Northeast, so that was really fun. And then three more shows tomorrow and through the weekend.
And
So
I think I was s- scrolling your Instagram, and I think Philadelphia's today, coming up tomorrow or something.
that's on Sunday. Tomorrow's
Okay.
DC, then Baltimore, then Philly. So
Damn.
it's gonna be really fun.
Rock star. Rock star. So since the last time we spoke, your debut album came out.
Hmm.
That's kind of why I wanted to just check in and see how it's
Sure.
going. How Lucky You Are
I think
is the
that's
name.
right.
How's it going?
It's been really cool. I mean, I've never done something this extensive, hence it being my debut album.
Yeah.
And I self-produced it and I played the majority of the instruments on the record and wrote all the songs. So yeah, it just feels really good to have that piece of work out in the world. Also, as with, like so much production, you finish way before the thing gets released. So
Sure,
like
sure.
I finished making it like 9 months before it came out. So it's just like, finally, like it's out in the world. So it feels really,
Yeah.
really good.
I saw some meme the other day. It's like someone, a recording artist, was like, she was saying something about by the time the album and music comes out, she's had it's been done for like a year, and she's like looked at it, produced it, recorded it, edited it, all the stuff that goes into it, and then when it finally comes out, she's like, this is like old, or I've been
I know.
so it's hard to. She was saying it's hard to get back behind it and start getting excited about it. Well,
I know.
kind of hard because it's to her. She's been producing and listening to it for a year, and then finally, like the first day to put it out to the public, she has to be excited, like it's all brand new.
I know. It's so funny. And people when I post songs, they assume that I'm going through the thing in the song right
Oh,
now, which is so
right.
funny. So they like have a bunch of advice, and I'm just like, oh, this happened years ago. Like I have processed it. So it's very funny. But I appreciate people like engaging with the lyrics in that way. It's very,
Oh,
very cool.
sure. I mean, just jumping into actually this morning, I've had the album on repeat all day long, so I probably
Thank
listened to
you.
it 5 times this
Oh
morning.
my God.
Um, But the funny thing is about like I was got familiar with your music on Instagram,
Hmm.
your funny little ditties. But
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
also heard some of your songs. But like listening to the album, it actually fully like produced, it sounded
Hmm.
really amazing. Like the whole
Thank you.
what do you do to complete an album? All the finishing touches,
Yeah.
and listening to the actually album was amazing because it was amazing because it was all put together and the sound and the
Hmm.
production. It was very nice.
Thank you. Thank you. Feels
Yeah,
very, very good.
and you wrote a song dear to my heart, Peanut
Mm.
Butter.
People are liking that one, which is really funny because it was kind of a joke, but yeah, I mean, it's definitely one of my favorites too. Um, yeah,
It's just funny
it's
you don't know what's gonna hit. So
yeah,
yeah,
I
you
know.
never
It's
know.
so funny.
Yeah. Like you wrote a couple songs. Like I just wrote down a couple of my favorites, like
Uh-huh.
Peanut Butter.
Uh-huh.
I Scared Him Off, Old Man,
Mm-hmm.
and and to go back to this album as being like fun, but it's so like personal too. Like when I listened to it, and then I got to the last song and Nina,
Mm-hmm.
and was this your grandma? No.
No, no, no. My grandma you can hear my grandma's voice at the end of that song, but then Nina was another patient in the chronic pain rehab program that I
Oh,
attended at the
okay.
Mayo Clinic.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So graduation was graduating from that program.
Yeah, so that song just made me think of like how like deeply personal it is too, because like also this is probably what confused me the song Grandma's House.
Hmm. Yeah.
I don't know. It was sort of like it seemed deeply personal, which
Hmm.
was sort of like refreshing.
That's all I ever want to do is deeply personal stuff. Otherwise, I'm like, what's the point?
Yeah, 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 yeah. Of course. So with like putting these songs out and stuff like that, we talked I think last time about like just
Hmm.
keeping the energy going and getting it in front of people. So I'm sure you're like deep into it. I have a friend who just put out a book, and he's
Oh
like
my
he just
God.
released a book, and he's like, it's only started. You know, it's only
I
started.
know.
Now it's about getting people, of course, to like support buy the music.
Uh-huh.
Um, but you're probably rich by now because this came out like a month ago, your album. So
Two
you probably
weeks,
have,
but
yeah, right. You probably have like no roommates anymore. You're probably living in a mansion
oh
and like
sure.
overlooking
Yeah.
a park somewhere.
That's a funny idea. I'm overlooking a bagel shop. But,
Oh, fucking love bagels with peanut
I
butter.
know. Oh, there you go. Um, yeah. So, no, not rich,
Okay,
but yeah, definitely making a lot of content and also,
sure.
promoting the shows, but like playing all this music out on the road was so fun and getting to do that in so many different cities. Yeah, and just like hearing people's what people jived with, hearing people, often will share their stories with me because they're like, "Oh, I went through
Sure.
something similar." And that just feels so good. So,
Yeah, it's like a sounding board, or like it's
mhm.
interesting. I didn't think about that. Like when you wrote the music, you probably were going through some of these things, and then like
Yeah.
you've hopefully healed or processed,
Oh yeah.
or time has passed between it, and then people
Hmm.
relate to it. Um, yeah,
Well, they're not uncommon things. So there's always somebody in the audience who's going through something, like um yeah, just sharing regular human ass stories. People are going to relate because they're like, "Oh yeah, I'm a human too."
100%. And like going back to the song "I Scared Him Off," for some reason,
Hmm.
I really liked that.
Oh, I'm glad.
Just as far as like is like being, I'm not single, but like just as far as like remembering and knowing the gay dating circle. Well, it's the gay
Right.
dating in general, and
Sure.
that fine balancing, like offering too much, but then saving
Hmm.
some enough to be mysterious.
Right.
How did that song "I Scared Him Off" like come about? Is that like a personal like particular story, or just like an overall journey of
Oh, everyone
dating?
is a personal story. Everyone is
Okay.
everyone is based in a real story. And this one I've told a million times on stage, so I can tell it again. But
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I have yet to see you
no,
live on
no, no, no,
stage.
no, that's no, 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 no. I'm just saying that this is not
Like a
too vulnerable because I've told it a million times.
right, right.
Um,
It's
but
scabbed
that
over.
exactly. Well, of course, because I wrote the song, so that is the scab essentially. But yeah, that song came out of a 9 year long crush that I had on this
Mm,
guy, and then he had been dating somebody for basically that whole time, and then we ran into each other at a pride event, and he hugged me, or we hugged each other, and as we were like, letting go of the hug, he touched my butt in what felt like a very conspicuous way. And I was like, oh, he's single now. So
as his hand glides across your
yeah,
peach.
yeah, exactly. I was like, whoa.
Oh,
And so we went on this date. It was like this epic, like 7 hour date, like
mm,
making out, like found out that he had a crush on me for much of that time anyway, even though he'd been dating somebody else.
sure,
And then
sure.
he ghosted me the next day.
Jesus,
I know. So,
that's crazy. That's
um,
like not sort of like unbelievable. It's
I
like
know.
God, maybe you gave him everything he ever wanted from you that day.
I guess he was going through a lot of shit, but it's just such. I just think ghosting is it's the bane of my existence. It's such poor form. It's
Oh
so
shit.
fucking lazy.
Yeah, it is lazy, and it's probably like it's sort of crazy too, like going into like a date that particular date and like what the intentions were. And
Hmm.
I don't know. I was like, he just milked it
I guess.
and ghosted. I know, but that's
Yeah.
sort of a hard thing because then you can't. It's hard to like not reflect on it and be like insecure a little bit. You're like, oh shit,
Oh yeah. No, I
I
know.
scared him off.
Exactly.
Okay.
So, but now I know that like, I mean, if I didn't know before I put the song out, like now every time I play it, everybody's always in the audience like, you dodged a bullet, and I'm like, I know.
But it still hurts.
Not anymore. But
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
but it
it
did
didn't. The
for a
bullet
while.
like didn't go through her heart. It just like nicked your
Exactly.
shoulder.
There you go.
So with the songs and the music, I listened to it this morning on Spotify, but I didn't pay
Hmm.
anything. So
That's
do
okay.
artists make any money through that? I'm just saying, like I don't know how, like we've probably
Um,
talked about it before, but like I did sort of, is there an option where you can like pay? I remember Apple Music used to like you pay like $1 a song or something, but
that was when iTunes existed. I don't even think that is a thing anymore.
okay,
The
old man.
best way, if you feel like supporting me, the best ways to do that are number one, buying the album off of Bandcamp,
Okay.
where you can get a digital download, or becoming a Patreon subscriber. I'm also going to be starting a Substack soon too, and yeah, that's like a great way to support me in a long term way because you can like donate like I don't know five
Yeah.
dollars a month or something like that. I mean, a lot of people are using that model, and it really is helpful because just to know that support is there on a regular basis means a lot. Because
I
it's
know
hard
that's,
out
I feel like
here.
that's such a tiresome conversation even, but it's like something I constantly always think about for
Oh yeah,
creators.
because
Have
you
to.
make like 0.002 cents per stream on Spotify, something abysmal like that.
Rich.
I know, right?
You're rich
So
with love
I
and
get like a
friends.
I get like a penny for every 500 plays.
Okay.
So yeah, it's a lot. It's it's like
But
I could buy a Tootsie Roll in the 90s with 500 streams.
yeah, great. So, look for the positive. But the thing about it is, you're a smart guy, and I knew you probably, well, you knew no, going into this that this is it. So it's, I don't think like you yourself, a pretty like aware person, like was like, oh my God, this is a shock. It just was like, I knew what I was getting
No.
into.
No, 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 no.
Gotcha.
And yeah, performing is a way to make it sustainable. I'm also in June going to be starting to teach voice lessons and songwriting lessons. So if people are interested in that, they can reach out to me about that. Because I want to, yeah, share what I know and
Yeah, sure. Gotcha.
hopefully get other folks to be as vulnerable as possible to inspire other people.
Yeah, being out there on the road. I remember we were talking about the last time about there not being a lot of like gay male folk artists. It's like, do you ever
Yeah.
meet guys or in the audience or come up to you like, oh God, it's so cool to see like a gay folk artist? Because you were saying there's not a lot of people in that
Mm-hmm.
genre. And which
Yeah.
now that you'd said that, my eyes are sort of open to it. I'm like, oh yeah, that is sort of true. I don't see a flood of people in that era.
I know very
Era.
few. I know very few.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe I need to do more research, but like, yeah, it's like one person up in this state, one person in
Yeah.
this state, and I end up playing with a lot of like femme queer people,
Yeah.
and there's nothing wrong with that at all. But yeah, it's funny.
Cool. 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 Okay. So you made it in celebrity status because I did notice that you had an impersonator. Someone was
Oh
impersonating
yeah.
your fine ass, and I like this. I like that you were sort of soft and kind about it because you're like, what they're sending and replying and interacting with fans of yours, they're being kind, but you're like,
Yeah.
at the same time, like you expressed frustration that it doesn't go against any community standards.
Yeah,
But you
isn't that
have an
weird?
impersonator, at least one,
Well, apparently, I am not the only
apparently.
one. And it's likely not a person, it's just a bot, which
Oh,
is
how
really
funny.
funny. But I don't understand, like, how did they know? I mean, it's probably AI, but how did they know to, like, sort of match my rhetoric or my demeanor in the messages? It's so fucking weird.
It's weird. It's almost like invasive. You're like, what?
I
Like
mean, that is the
for
world
the
we're living
accuracy
in.
of it all, possibly.
I know, I know. So,
Okay. The internet's weird. Like the other day, someone sent me this link. Like I support everyone's fetishes and kinks
hmm,
and all that. But I
of
recently
course.
found out that like someone sent me a link. They're like, oh, you have a fan page about your feet. I've never specifically posted my feet um, anywhere purposefully to like get a response. Like a lot of times I'm at the beach or like shoeless and like I'm cats on my lap, so my feet's in the background. So someone sent
It's
me a
pretty
link.
scandalous,
So someone
Mike. I
said
don't know.
wiki feet men. and I went to the link. I'm like, oh shit, this is gonna like probably a bot and it's gonna like steal off from my information. I went to it and there's like hundreds of pictures that this maybe AI created, maybe created of my feet, like screenshots of like my feet from like a picture of me at the beach, but then like a screenshotted into my feet. It's just so random. And I was like, I'm not like crazy insulted or like freaked out, but I'm like, it's just weird. Like there's a whole, I mean,
Yeah.
it's like a site of, they call them celebrity feet. I'm nowhere near celebrity, but it's like a celebrity site, like all celebrities' feet. And I have like a page, hundreds of pictures of my feet that has been viewed like millions of times. And I'm like, damn, I'm not receiving any money. I'm not
Oh,
receiving any.
shit.
Anyway, just to go fact that like somehow it's collected. I don't know if it was AI, but like I didn't even know this was happening, and I think the page's been around for like 10 years.
What the
My feet
fuck?
are fucking famous. Mic drop.
Definitely.
I'm
That
sorry.
is
That was a
no, 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 no,
conversation
no.
starter.
That's a really
It's just
it's
odd, right?
fucking crazy. Well, I mean, you put yourself out there, I guess you don't know what part people are
Yeah.
gonna focus on. Like, but it's
Well,
just like, what?
even with like your impersonator page, it's like you sort of have to choose what you get mad about these days. You know
Oh
what I
yeah,
mean?
I
Like
don't really
I
give a
wasn't mad
shit
about that
about
at
that.
all because there's other things to like invest your anger or energy in, but like it's really have to choose about what to be mad about these days, or you'll just be spent.
Yeah, it's exhausting. It's exhausting. So I guess it's creative on somebody's part.
Yeah.
I mean, like were there ads on that page? Like, are people making
Yeah,
money?
there probably was click up ads, pop up ads, and that sort of thing. But like, yeah, it just was funny. I had no idea. I had no idea, and that
Wow.
it's sort of like a little bit of creepster too, because like a lot of it's just like random
100%.
pictures of like me and my sister at the beach, and or like at swimming at upstate New York or something, and I'm in flip flops, and then there's like this like screenshot, creeped in shot of my feet. I'm like, what?
But
They're
these
not
are all
even
pictures you took, right?
I've took myself, yeah, like or videos where in the video because I used to do like those weird bathtub interviews, and sometimes
Uh-huh.
like we jokingly like flop my feet over the edge. I mean, all not no nudity, but my feet flop over the edge. But people like screenshotted feet like this, like so screenshots from videos as well. Like time invested, and I don't know if like AI is that involved yet, or there's just somebody else that's
It's
like sort of
pretty
making
good.
money about this type of thing. Yeah, thank you.
Holy shit.
I mean, my feet have high arches. Is that what anybody wants? Okay, and here I am talking about my feet. Someone's going to jerk off to this.
I don't know what is in vogue in the foot world these days.
You are
So
so
maybe
composed.
maybe the high
I
arch is hot. I don't know.
Oh man, you're
It's
cracking
like
me up. You're
the
like
hourglass body and the high arched foot. I don't know.
yeah. This is going to go back to one of your songs. I want this to be
Oh,
all about your songs.
oh, thank
Old
you.
Man. And like I
Uh-huh.
love the fact that when some of the lyrics are I have a closet full of skinny jeans. Right? That's an old man, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it just I related to that because I had a for a hot minute I had a lot of skinny jeans, and now I look back and I'm like, did I look good? Was that okay? Because it kind of like made you thin, and then, anyways,
Chicken legs.
anyhow,
Yeah.
how did the song "Old Man" come about? Were you feeling
So
it at one moment?
I yeah, I mean trying to remember. So, well, it goes all the way back to 2012 where I was in this bar in my hometown like newly 21 years old, and this guy asked me what I wanted to do with my life, and I said that I wanted to be a musician, and he told me that it was a really bad idea. I was like, "Oh, whoa." Like thanks for your input. But like as the years went on, I like understood his jadedness and started to
Got it.
feel some of that too, like being often one of the older people in the room, like when I'm
Yeah,
making music or
yeah,
collaborating or whatever. Um, and so yeah, trying to write myself a song to avoid that jadedness and avoid, yeah, just taking on that like grumpy old man attitude that is like so
Yeah.
classic. It's not
Yeah.
necessary.
That's funny. Sometimes when I go to concerts, I'll get sort of like that vibe, like depending on the band,
Sure.
like I saw a band recently, well, singer Bob Mould, but he's been around
Uh-huh.
for like decades. So the crowd was like sort of like my age. But I
Sure.
also in a band recently. Oh, actually, this t-shirt I'm wearing, medium build, and it was a
Uh-huh.
very young crowd, and I didn't
Uh-huh.
feel out of place or excluded or judged, but I mentally was judging myself. I'm like, hmm. Look at these you whippersnappers.
The
But we were
music is so
there.
loud, you know, like
But we were there for the music, so which was kind of
sure.
cool.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. It's hard
All
hard
right.
getting older. It's awesome, but it's hard.
So where next are you on tour? You mentioned at the very beginning.
Oh yeah.
Where can people
So
see you live?
tomorrow I'll be in DC, Saturday in Baltimore, and Sunday in Philly. And
Nice.
then I'm booking the next one, so I'm not sure yet. But
Okay.
and then of course like often around New York City.
Yeah. I want you to come out to the West Coast. Although I'm going to be in
Hmm.
upstate New York. God, I wonder where you're going to be playing for the first half of August.
You never
We do,
know.
keep following. Yeah, but I'm going to be in the East Coast the first
Cool.
half of August. So I'll
Nice.
definitely just keep my eyes out for that to see where we're going
Awesome.
to be. And the
Hmm.
only other subject that I had, because I want to talk about your album, because I said it was going to be quick, because I don't want to like hold you hostage.
Thank
But
you.
recently, this is going to be. I'm a pervert. I wrote it down. Um,
Okay.
recently on gay apps, and in people's profiles. Why do I always go back to like gay apps? In profiles, the term "side." I
Oh
remember
yeah.
gooning was really popular recently,
Oh my
but the
God.
term "side" has popped up more and more and more and more and more recently.
Yeah.
And so I just at first I was like "aside," I didn't quite understand it. I was like, "Oh, interesting, interesting." But like lately, I've really zoomed in on the term "side,"
Hmm.
and how do you feel about that? Are you aware of like what the term "side" means, opposed to top or bottom?
I mean,
Side,
somebody who's like not that into anal sex, so
yeah,
they don't pick a position in that way. So
yeah, and
I think that is, I mean, that's great. Like it's good. People shouldn't feel pressured to do sexual acts that they're not comfortable with, and
yeah.
so yeah, like what? Of course, you know.
And I was just this morning, I'm like, okay, I want to know a little bit about like side. And I guess like Grinder of all places put it as an option in like
Hmm.
2022. And they
Okay.
here's what they officially said: a queer
Okay.
man who doesn't like or engage in anal penetration,
Uh-huh.
he is not a top, bottom, or verse. Rather, he
Okay.
prefers everything on the side, includes oral sex, making out, eating
Right.
butt, and hand jobs. It just was funny. I was like, I just never thought of it as like sort of like identification or label. But like lately, I just feel I've seen a lot more people sort of being like, I'm a side.
It's interesting. I actually don't like the way that that definition is worded
Sure, sure. Tell
because
me.
it makes it seem like anal sex is the main course and
Oh,
everything else is
gotcha.
like a side dish.
Aside. Yeah, they say it in words.
And I don't think I would hope there's another way to define it because I think that is it still feels judgmental or it still feels like oh
Right.
you don't want the real thing, you just want everything else. Like it's like
Right. Sometimes I go to the restaurant and I just want to order all the sides. But does
that's
that mean
right.
I'm like missing out on the main course? Or am I satisfied with the sides? Anyhow, this was just a
Yeah.
conversation I wanted to bring up randomly throughout because I
So random.
because I just it's something that I popped up and I was like, side.
Sure.
I've not had a discussion about this with somebody and
Oh
like
my God.
now it's been around for a while and I'm like
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just really wondering if I'm a side. I oh my God, tabloids are gonna pick up on that and like am I coming out as a side? But yeah, it's just interesting. I've just seen it pop up more. It's like one of those like tag words like gooning has been popular. Side is popular. You're like, stop. Look at
It's
you. I'm
so
so sorry
funny.
for
No,
myself.
no,
And
no,
you're
no,
so
no.
kind to even talk to me for a second time.
No, 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 no. No, I understand it. I mean, all this stuff is important, and it's like funny to talk about. You know, like
Yeah.
it's ultimately like It's hilarious. Why not?
Yes. Okay, so if you're gonna turn around, turn off the mic, and go put on some music, what are you gonna listen to today?
See, the funny thing is that I listen to very little music because I
God
make a lot of
damn
it.
you.
I know. So I don't know. I don't know.
Okay. Silence.
Um,
Maybe the wind.
I know
Train
it's
tracks.
like I need to have like a better response to that
No, you don't. No,
question.
you don't.
But if I'm being as truthful as possible, which is my goal, yeah, I don't listen to all that much music in the course of the day.
All right. I think it's nice probably sometimes to just like let your mind have no input because just like
Well, I listen
input
to
with
a
it.
lot of
Pod.
podcasts.
I gotcha. But still, every once in a while, I come home and I blast music and I'm cleaning the house and I'm doing all the stuff, and then like I get a phone call or something and I answer the phone call and then my music turns off, and then when I go back to
Mm-hmm.
cleaning the house in silence, I'm like, this is nice
Uh-huh. I
because
know.
there's so much input.
I
Input.
wish I need to do that more. I need to do that more. I need to not like fill every fucking second with
Yeah.
stimulation.
Just get one of those little water fountains that just trickles in your living room, and that let that be your soundtrack.
That's right. That's right.
Oh my God. Well, thanks again for talking. I literally just
Of
wanted to check in
course.
because we
No,
were
that's
talking
so
about the album
nice.
coming out. And now that I
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
was able to listen to all the songs, I understand it a little bit more. And like,
Cool.
they're catchy. And I
Thank you.
don't know.
Thank you.
But that was my take home, was like, I felt sort of deeply personal.
Yeah,
Um,
that's my thing.
yeah. And good luck on tour
Thank you.
and be safe.
Thank you. Thank you.
And we'll talk soon.
All right. Sounds great.
Okay.
Thanks again.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye.